morning, beautiful people. Today, this board faces the issue of an improper removal of school officials at Lincoln Park High School and findings about NWEA testing. I'm here to address the root cause of both of these issues. Questionable findings from disgraced Inspector General Nicholas Schuler. Given that Schuler was forced to resign because of accusations of sexist and racist comments and creating a toxic environment where he pushed investigators excessively hard, it is alarming to note that no one is asked, what was he pressuring his investigators to do? Violate investigative ethics? Engage in biased harassment of principals, teachers, and staff? Schuler has targeted and harassed individual principals with multiple investigations that drag on for years and has a troubling history of reaching conclusions that are not justified by the evidence. Based on the calls we get at the Principals Association, Black women appear to be his most frequent repeat targets, investigating the same person multiple times. What he's done to Dr. Joyce Kenner at Whitney Young is a case in point. Nearly every year for the past 4 years, he has opened and reopened the exact same case against Dr. Kenner for the actions of a staff member, and then feeds his redundant findings to the media each time to malign her name and reputation. In another case, he recommended a Black female principal on the West Side be terminated for the actions of a staff member. When the district did not terminate her, Schuler harassed her by opening another investigation when she became principal of a South Side school where she raised attendance rates at her new school to more than 96%. She told me that his office questioned the legitimacy of her attendance and repeatedly accused her of fraud because Schuler did not believe that a majority Black high school could have attendance rates that high. His office interrogated her staff members and kept the investigation open for more than 2 years with no findings of wrongdoing until she eventually left the district to free herself from the stress of his perpetual harassment. After a principal was removed in response to Schuler's findings in 2017, those findings were overruled by CPS's own law department and the principal was reinstated. The law department stated that Schuler's report contained, and I quote, serious errors, omissions, and exaggerated key factual findings, unquote. And this principal, too, was a Black woman. Before coming to Lincoln Park as their assistant principal, Michelle Brumfield, a Black female administrator, left Simeon High School where Schuler was investigating. And she is now one of the 2 administrators targeted by Schuler in the report that led to the fiasco this district created at Lincoln Park when they gave credence to the findings of this discredited and dishonored Inspector General. Whether it be Lincoln Park or NWEA, it is time for CPS to stop treating his findings as if they have any merit at all. In naming Schuler Inspector General, CPS put a badge on a reckless vigilante, and it's time to bring that vigilante to justice, while also seeking justice for the scores of educators and school communities that have been victimized by his incompetence and his bias. I ask you to bring in an independent federal or state agency to conduct a comprehensive review of every finding his office has made against educators in their schools. Lastly, the Inspector General is not the only CPS official who has victimized and failed our educators in schools. A recent survey of principals clearly indicates that district officials right here in this building have, number 1, provided contradictory information to school leaders regarding procedures for reporting or investigating sexual misconduct allegations. Number 2, failed to get them the support and resources they need to keep students safe. When they do have a clear written policy, district officials often instruct principals to do the opposite of what's in the policy. And a principal called me last week to tell me that because of the failure of the people in this room to recruit enough teachers to fill district positions, she and her assistant principal are teaching 5 hours a day in classroom, and as a result, struggle with meeting the day-to-day requirements of the position, let alone keeping students safe. In conclusion, the people in this building failed to communicate a clear and coherent set of policies. The people in this building fail to get principals the resources they need to follow those policies and keep students safe. But when an incident or procedural misstep happens, that is largely the result of the failure of the officials in this building. You send people out to walk principals out of their buildings for your failures. It is time to walk some people out of this building, whether it be OSP, Title IX, the law department, or the CEO's office. The message from principals is clear. Don't walk us out for their failures. Walk them out for their failures. And put some people in to replace them who will get principals the clear communication, support, and resources they need to keep our young people safe.
Thank you.